I don't claim to know what's motivating the media, but my God, their reporting is absolutely reprehensible. They should be ashamed of themselves. They are creating a panic that is far worse than the viral outbreak. The bottom line, everybody, is listen to Anthony Fauci at the CDC, do what he tells you, and go about your business. That's the story. There's not one doctor I've spoken to that disagrees with me. Not one. I ran into an agreement with Dr. Oz last night. He was saying the same thing. We're all telling you the same thing. Stop listening to journalists. They don't know what they're talking about. Listen to the CDC, listen to Anthony Fauci, and do not listen to anybody else. This is the job of those people. They are highly trained professionals. They know what they're doing. Just follow their direction. You know, I saw CNN reporters this morning talking to an infectious disease doctor from Vanderbilt, a very fine infectious disease doctor, but I wanted to scream at him, tell these people to stop. Tell the press to stop. They went, oh, my God, what about the testing? And we don't have testing. And the doctor just simply calmly went, no, we have private and public testing. We're rolling it out. We have it. We have the same as other countries. Oh, but we don't. Shut up. We do. And by the way, you don't test people willy-nilly. The way medical tests are done is you have criteria for the test. Doctors determine that criteria. You apply the test. Testing randomly is called a screening test. That's no longer a diagnostic test. You do diagnostic tests when the index of suspicion of the illness is high. Then, otherwise, you don't test. If you have an index of suspicion that is moderate, you tell people to stay home. That's it. It's awful that people get sick. I know. I got H1N1. It sucked. I treated people with it. It was awful. And we have another awful virus circulating around now. And by the way, if you combine corona and influenza this year, it's still just a moderate flu season. It's not even a severe flu season. Wow. So all these horror stories about lack of ventilators and hospital beds being full, that is total BS. Total BS. Do not be alarmed by the word pandemic, which the CNN reporter seemed to have discovered this morning. Let me translate for you the word pandemic. Pandemic is a technical term that means A, a new virus, B, widespread. Do you think we have that? Yes, we do. Can you name for me the last pandemic? Well, we had one about 10 years ago, the H1N1. And, oh, my God, did the world come to an end then? I actually got H1N1. It was brutal. I don't like the fact that people have to get sick. But we are biological beings, and we have these viral outbreaks, and we're in one now. We don't have treatment. We don't have vaccines yet, though we will. In the meantime, we have containment, and contain it we will, period. Wash your hands, get your flu shot. That should be the story. Wash your hands, get your flu shot. Every sentence should end with that, because you are way orders of magnitude more likely to die of the flu than the coronavirus. We have 18,000 dead from the flu, 280,000 hospitalized so far in this country. We have 26 dead from coronavirus. Which should you be more concerned about? Tell me that. Just do the math. If you are over the age of 70, maybe over the age of 65, particularly if you have any chronic medical conditions, and if you are a smoker over 50, you should be behaving differently than the rest of us. You should be essentially staying home for a while. You shouldn't be going to public events. You should do some social distancing for a couple of weeks until this thing blows over, and that's it. The rest of us, go about your business. I'm traveling all over the country this week, and the planes are full. The airports are full. People are wearing masks foolishly. Why is anybody listening to anybody else? This is a medical problem. Yeah. Did you hop into the H1N1 epidemic? Were you guys all involved with that? Were you criticizing the CDC and the government during the H1N1 epidemic? That one was worse. Yeah. But where were you guys? We couldn't have done it without you. Oh, wait a minute. It's fine. You don't even remember it. Listen, the story should be the World Health Organization and the CDC and the equivalent agencies in the various countries across the world should be taking a bow. We should be tipping our hat to them for doing an extraordinary job. We have a new illness. We identified it. We know the epidemiology. We created a test for it. We don't yet have a vaccine and a treatment, but it's underway. In the meantime, we are containing it. They should take a bow. We should be tipping our hat to them. Could things have been done faster? Always. Always. That's the way medicine is. We contemplate, we think, we try to do no harm before we jump in. This is like saying the surgeon took too long to do the operation. The surgery worked out great, but I wish he'd been, not spent those last 2 hours thinking about the risk and benefits of that surgery. This is insanity. This is a level of insanity that has me angry. This is not, the medical profession is fine with it. We are a little bit faster, would have been good. A little more private sector involvement would have been good. Yeah,
in a few weeks, this is going to phase out. Is that just because there is a flu season and you expect the COVID-19 to sort of follow the same timeline as your typical flu season?
I don't expect it. I guarantee it. Viruses have a life. They come on, they grow, they plateau, and they go away. There's a time course to the life cycle of every influenza, every viral outbreak. And we are in the uptick right now. We are about to hit the plateau. We will contain, and then it will start to die out. It hates heat, it hates humidity, and it will go away. If this gets into the homeless population, well, if the government would like to spend some of that $8 billion, why don't they go and take care of the most vulnerable population we have in the country, which are people who are immunocompromised, living in concentrated environments, not vaccinated, with no sanitation. We have 60,000 of them in Los Angeles. If this gets into that population, I will sing a different tune.
But, Dr. Drew, I just saw the governor of California take to his Twitter feed and give everyone instructions about how to properly wash their hands. That should solve the problem there in the homeless population, right?
Oh, yeah, that'll be the end of it. We got no problem. They're washing their hands in the LA River, which with all the excrement and urine and blood that pours off our streets, that should be perfect.